Hi, and welcome to our online Heads Up seminar. If you're checking this out, then most likely you're either starting or continuing your professional career in Finland. The following tips are written by me, a former NBA player with over 35 years of experience in playing, coaching, and living in Finland. These are tips that most likely your team will not provide you with. Let's get started. Be prepared. One of the first things you want to do after arriving in the country is give team management a contact number of a family member or a friend that can be reached in case of an emergency. Have some form of ID with you when you go out. Take the challenge and get to know your new address. Don't let the sometimes 16 or 17 letter words discourage you. Know who to call in case of an emergency. The national emergency number for Finland is 112. Don't be afraid to use your English. Realize you are in a different country and it's up to you to make the adjustment. Never lose track of the reason you're here. You're here to do a job to the best of your ability. When you sign that contract, it becomes a full-time job. Even if you're not at practice or with your team, you're still expected to represent yourself, your team, and club in the proper manner. Poor decisions could cost you your job. Be prepared for things to be different. You're in a foreign country and things are different. Driving. If you are not from a northern climate, then driving in Finland's winters will certainly be a challenge. Rain, fog, snow, darkness, and slippery roads are all difficult conditions you will have to deal with. First, familiarize yourself with driving a standard shift vehicle. That's using a clutch. The wrong time to practice is in the winter on an icy street or road. If you're really struggling with the standard shift, then ask your team if they can possibly provide you with an automatic shift. When it comes to drinking and driving in Finland, the rule is simple. Don't do it. The rules on drink driving are very strict here, and your chances of getting away with it are slim and none. Plus, if you are involved in an accident while drinking and driving, you and your team will be liable for all costs, no doubt resulting in you losing money and your job. Ask your team manager about same category roads. For example, when you come to an unmarked junction and you're driving straight ahead, you must yield to cars coming from the right. Cars coming from the left must yield to you. This can be tricky, especially in the winter. My advice is if you come to an unmarked junction and are not sure, just be prepared to slow down. Pedestrians on crosswalks always have the right of way. The seatbelt law is in effect, so buckle up. Be aware of animals. In 2019, Finland recorded 13,433 cases of traffic accidents involving animals. The most dangerous time for driving is around November, when at the end of autumn, it is breeding season for moose and elk. Many of these animals are on the move in search of mating partners. So be especially alert when you see signs warning of these animals. In the late autumn, what is known as black ice occurs frequently. It forms when the temperature remains around 0 degrees. Rain falls as water, but it freezes on the road, forming a hard and slippery film on the asphalt. Bridges can be especially dangerous in such cases of weather. Slow down and be cautious. Drug testing. In the past, a demonstration of drug testing process was carried out in a classroom setting with various players taking part. This is no longer possible. As top athletes, you will be drug tested. SUEK conducts random drug testing in all top-level sports. Marijuana, cocaine, opioids, codeine, oxycodone, morphine, hydrocodone, fentanyl, amphetamines, and steroids are all drugs you could be tested for. Remember, you are totally responsible for what you put in your body. For more information and all the rules on drug testing, go to www.suek.fi. There is an English section with all the info, so no excuses. Racism. Finland is a safe country and the people are usually good-mannered. But just like everywhere else in the world, there is racism and racists here. As professional athletes, the odds of you having any problems with racism is very slim. You may want to go out and test the nightlife in various towns, COVID permitting. In the past, most of the racist incidents have happened when players are out in the clubs and alcohol is involved. There again, it is important for you to remember you are under contract and representing your team. Bad decisions can cost you your job. For some strange reason, if you do find yourself headed for an altercation, try to keep a cool head and let the bouncers handle the situation. That's why they're there. Bouncers work for tips. Take care of them and they will take care of you. The world is full of tension nowadays, and players have lost their lives in nightclub altercations while playing in Europe. My advice is, any situation you can walk away from, that's what you do. Relationships. The rule is the same everywhere. Local men and women are interested in people from foreign countries. If you're a male professional athlete, there will be dozens of potential love interests for you. I'm not here to tell you whether you should ignore them, get married with them, or just have fun with them. I just want you to act wisely. Treat them with respect, get protected, and always remember, no means no. There are always people who will face you with assault and rape charges from the slightest mistake. There have been several cases of foreign athletes being arrested for sexual assault in Finland, so be aware. So again, I say, be smart. Social media, handle with care. Everybody's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or other social media channels these days, and that's good. Interacting with your friends and relatives help keep you going through the long season. Also keep in mind that criticizing your teammates, your coaches, living conditions, and management in your tweets or status updates might cost you your job. It has happened before. Also remember, junior players look up to you. If you have some compromising pictures of yourself, maybe it's best just give them access to only your limited profile. Beating homesickness. If you're in a foreign country as a professional athlete for the first time, homesickness will eventually come. Even more so in Finland with its long, dark winters. But stay determined, stay positive, because the feeling of homesickness won't last. You're staying in a safe, modern, European country, and you have the chance to be a role model for young children and make a good living out of doing it. If you do well enough, you can get your chance to be on a EuroLeague or Euro Cup team in the upcoming years. Believe it or not, many top athletes have spent a season or two in Finland before moving on to elite levels in Europe. The culture around you is very globalized. You can enjoy a hearty American dinner or Chinese, Indian, Thai, African, or whatever you desire at a local restaurant. Don't feel like going out? Just order in. Ask your team management or teammates about the local delivery service. And yes, food deliverers take tips in Finland. Weather permitting, get out and do some sightseeing. Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland and its largest city, was the World Design Capital in 2012, the European Capital of Culture in 2000, and hosted the Summer Olympics in 1952. So there's a lot to see. More important, get to know the people around you and try to learn something about the local culture. Everyday needs. Most likely your team will have a person to help you with everyday needs when you first arrive in the country. But sooner or later, you're going to be on your own. When shopping for groceries and other household needs, Finland is very Americanized, especially in the larger cities like Helsinki, Tampere, and Turku. Pancakes, syrup, peanut butter, various cereals, candy can all be found. In smaller towns, it might be somewhat difficult to find what you want. When in Helsinki, check out K Supermarket in the Kamppi Mall. Just remember, if you're out shopping and you're not sure what you're buying, ask somebody. Most people here, especially young people, speak English, so don't find yourself wanting one thing and buying something completely different. The basic rule on shopping is, the bigger the store you get in, the cheaper the prices. Some stores are now open 24/7. If you need a haircut, check out Latrice Little on Instagram or 045-690-2915. Some of you in basketball will see him on the court because he's a top-level ref. Extra tips. Remember your vitamins. Like I have mentioned before, Finnish winters are long and dark. You will get only a couple of hours of daylight a day from the end of October to early March. Take this piece of advice seriously and take your vitamins, especially vitamin D. Eat fruit and veggies for your vitamin C. If you are lucky enough to have a sauna in your apartment, do not dry your clothes there. Shut all windows and doors when you leave. Again, don't drink and drive. So have fun, enjoy your stay, and good luck during the season.